Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today, uh, our group presented about the project management plan. The application is Menoo to quick order food. This project management plan is presented by Brian Sayuda, Eko Satya Wijanarko, and Ronio Prima Yudhistira. So this is the table of contents at our plan. So first, the introduction. Introduction. The systems and technology are increasing fast, demanding people to do development every time. Implementation of technology can be done in all lines of society, including restaurants. Often, a complication customers comes to crowded restaurant, limited waiters, and provide customer to wait a long time. So we request application that arise from restaurant in Indonesia. In this application is intended for the restaurant service system, in order to reduce human error that can occur in such incorrect input ordering food or drinks. Fewer evenly distributed input, drinks, and very minimal service to make customer long waits for ordering food or drinks. And then this is our project management approach. The project management has effort, authority, and responsibility for managing and executing this project according to project plan and its subsidiary management plan. And the project team will consist of personnel for coding group, quality control, design group, and testing group. And then the project manager will do the planning. And for the project team, it will be matrix in the team member from each organization continue to report to the organizational management through the duration of the project. And then the project manager is responsible for the communicating organizational management or the performance in this project itself. And for the project scope, the scope of Menoo project includes the planning, designing, development, testing, and implementation of the program in targeted user. The software will meet and exceed organizational software standard and additional requirements established in the project charter. And then this project completion will occur when the software documentation package has been successfully executed and distributed to targeted user. All Menoo project will be performed internally. The scope of the project does not include any change in requirement of to standard operating system to run the software updates, and or revision. And for this is the milestone list, the below chart list of the major milestone for the Menoo project. As you can see, the milestone is first complete the requirement needs. All requirements needed by the Menoo project must be determined for further activities. And then the complete Menoo design. This design is needed by the Menoo and all its features. So you must complete the mock-up design first to get the what the Menoo application look like and what the features gonna be. And then after that we complete the Menoo coding. All the coding complete resulting in software prototype. So we implement that the design and the features and the planning in the coding to make this software true. And then the fourth is the complete Menoo testing and debugging. So we test this functionality and and test the Menoo application, so we can identify the errors of this Menoo of this beta application, and then we can correct the error and we can make add some features from the critics, and then we complete all the project system and launch the software. After we evaluate this project and the testing and debugging, we complete the software and complete the documentation that transition to operation group to begin its production. And we start the market this application and test this application to a real restaurant. And then for the date is actually this all of this is we done in our planning, so you can see that. And then the schedule baseline and VBS or work breakdown structure in VBS. This is the VBS of Menoo project. There's initiation, planning, execution, control, and closure. This is the our work breakdown. So this VBS Menoo project only cover maximum 4 hours per day. Our work will be distributed to all members, each project team and stakeholder based on the direction, manager, and the result of the evaluation of the previous project. And then VBS explains all the work resources and how to implement them. Every work described in this VBS. And then for change management plan, this is following steps is change control process for our projects, and we utilize in Menoo project. First is we gonna identify need for a change is due by any stakeholder, and then we log the change in the change request register. So the project manager will maintain a log, and then all change requests will be executed further. And then step 3, conduct an evaluation of the change. It's going to do the project manager, project team, and requester. So all of the project manager will evaluate this project, and then uh, they like evaluate what if we change this, and then what is the cost and the risk, schedule, and the scope. And then after all of this evaluate and change it uh, uh, evaluated, uh, they implement the change. So project manager will update and rebaseline project documentation as necessary as well. Ensure any changes are communicated to team and stakeholders. And then for the communications management plan, as you can see, this is the communication management plan. This will be a guide for the direct communication during the project and will be updated as communication requirement change. So you can see in this table below, first thing is communication type is weekly status report. So all of the team project is email the summary of the project status. Is the frequency is weekly, as you can see, and then the format is email. Every participant is team members and stakeholders. This is deliverable for the status report every week, and then owner is project manager. And then for the second one is weekly project team meeting. This meeting is to review all of the progress and status. So this is frequency will be weekly, and then the format is in person or meeting in real life, not online. And then the participant is project team, and then the deliverable is updated progress per week, and then owner is project manager. For the project monthly review, we're gonna present the progress result to the team and stakeholder. It's going to do the monthly. This is in person or meeting in person, and then team members and stakeholders. The deliverables will be progress result presentation, and then owner is project manager. And then for project review, this project review is to present the closeout of project phases and kick off to the next phases. So this is like the all of this team gonna review the last project of the Menoo, and then they're gonna like review all of these project phases, and then if done correctly, it's gonna kick off to the next phase. And then this frequency is as needed, format in person, and then participant is team members and stakeholders. Deliverable past completion report and phase kickoff, and then owner project manager. The last is technical design and features review of any technical design or work and features associated with the project. Frequency is as needed. Format is in person. Participant is project team. Technical design and feature is for the deliverables, and owner is project manager. So project team director of all this communication is first is Muhammad Suhan Khairi Eskom Mkom is our project manager. As you can see, there's the email and the cell phone. Sorry, we gonna censor that phone so for this time. And then for the name, the senior programmer is Bian Yuda, and then the senior designer is Eko Setia Wijanarko, and the senior quality specialist will be Pronio Prima Yudhistira. So this all of this title will be explained in next chapter. So for the communication conducts, what is email? So the project manager will inform a meeting agenda. Maximum for the inform is later than 1 day, or I mean each day minus one, and then the meeting will be held all the participants will determine. And then for the meeting, there's no taker, there's a notulen or the note taker must record, and then all of these participants must obey the meeting rules. For the email, the all emails sent must be in the format in accordance with to specified together clearly and without septic fault. Email must be sent in specified destination to reduce the miscommunication. And then for the informal communication is actually part of strength of sense together in every team. So like we joke together, eat together, and if anything else, so we can make bond together with our team. So for the cost management plan will be explained by Eko Setio Wijanarko.
Okay, thank you, Brian, for this question. I will explain to you. The first is cost management plan. In this cost management plan is the mind of the management plan of the part. There is a project manager that have to report all the cost expense, include income and outcome. And this cost management plan, the project manager will present and review the project cost performance during the monthly project status meeting. Using earned value calculation, the project manager is responsible for accounting for cost deviation and representing the project sponsor with option for getting the project back on budget. All budget authority and decision to include budget change reset with the Menoo quick order food project. For the Menoo quick order food project, control accounts will be created at the 4 level at the VBS, which is where all costs and performance will be managed and tracked. Financial performance of Menoo project will be measured through earned value calculation pertaining to the project's cost account. For the earned value calculation, it will if the indication use approach or reach the critical stage before a subsequent meeting. So the project manager will communicate this to the project sponsor immediately. And next is procurement management plan. So in this procurement management plan, there are the main part of this management plan is we must fulfillment of the requirement for example like using the external hardware or not, or using gadgets or not. In this quick menu order food, we use external hardware and additional gadgets from mobile phone. So for the proposal documents to be communicated with ad vendor is there are costs. First cost is in this project there are a budget agreed upon by the project manager and owner regarding procurement of goods. If the total cost for procurement of goods exceeds the specified budget, must be with approval project owner and other stakeholder. Next is schedule. The schedule is the Menoo quick order for development project has been compacted and inflexible. So the process of procurement of goods must be carried out according to schedule determined of before the specified schedule. If this over schedule, then can be ascertained the completion of the project will be delayed. Next is results. From these activities must be managed by developer team. There are no personal outsourcing is paid to regulate procurement process of the project Menoo for quick order food. And then is technology. And this technology is required hardware specification is the top of priority for developer team. So product specification per case must be the same as the state in this document. If the specification not same like as this document, maybe the application maybe cannot work. For the alternative product specification, approval from the developer team must be obtained who has the authority in the area of procurement of these goods. And then is project scope management plan. In this menu quick order food, was the authority to manage project scope management is which is directly manage the boundaries by its developer task from the team that has been divided. So there is a rule which is the team continues to work on its path, so there's no misunderstanding and the difference between the intended outcome and the real situation. The goal will be a benchmark where a boundary is successful or not. Before that, we'll run we name the control if the progress of each team. In the system, will allows vendor to maintain their list of menu item for their restaurant and allow their customer can order menu and payment can list online method. First is system platform of application only run at website, and then website that direction of my menu application can access if customer can scan the barcode of the table, and then this application is need internet connection to access the website from mobile or gadget. Next is schedule management plan. For the schedule is menu quick order food project will be created for identify the project as explained before from Ryan is from work breakdown structure. So the activity definition will be identified specific for package it must be formed to complete its deliverable. So in activity sequencing will be used to determine order of work package and assign relationship between project activities. So for the activity duration will estimating to use calculate the number of work periods. For the resource estimation will be used to assign resource to work package in order to complete schedule development. There are uh, following of TSI's organizational standard as a milestone for our project schedule. There are completion of scope statement and VBS dictionary. There are baseline project schedule, approval of final project budget, project kickoff, approval of rules and responsibility, requirement definition approval, completion of data mapping, inventory, and project implementation include acceptance of final deliverable. For the roles and responsibility, schedule development are follows. The project manager will be responsible for facilitating for package definition, sequencing, and estimating duration. So for the project manager must be estimate the duration and the step of the work progress from the project team will be go, and the project team is responsible for participating in work package definition, sequencing, duration, and resource estimation. And the project team will also review validate the process schedule and perform assigned activities once the schedule is approved. And this main of the rules is stakeholder will participate of review of the proposed schedule in access to validation of the document. And next is quality management plan. The team of Menoo Quick Order Food Project will play a role in quality management. It is imperative that team ensure that work is complete and adequate level of quality from individual work to final project deliverable. The following are quality roles and responsibility for the Menoo project. The project sponsor is responsible for approving all quality standards for the Menoo project. The project sponsor will review all the project tasks and deliverable to ensure compliance. with established and approved quality standard. Additionally, the project sponsor will sign off the final acceptance of the project deliverable. For this quality management plan, the project manager is uh, have quality to track out the duration of the project. So project manager have to responsible to implementing quality management and make sure all task process documenting for the project is must be done with well. For the quality specialist is for working with project manager, they have to develop and implement quality management as well. And quality specialist is will recommend tools and methodologies for tracking quality and standard to establish acceptable quality levels. Next is risk management plan. The purpose of risk management plan is to identify the risk for the menu and develop strategies to mitigate and avoid the issue that are outlined. So for this menu, the approach is using laws include speaking to the stakeholder, for example, like interviewing, based on their location, brainstorming and discussing. Artists were outlined and identified. A countermeasure was determined for each risk. Every effort will be made by staff to ensure that required steps are taken to mitigate the risk should there arise. So for the project manager, will be on site. All the staff will report to them and information will be conveyed to the stakeholder. For during the closing process, before the completion of the project manager will analyze its risk as well as risk management process. Based on this analysis, the project manager will identify any improvement that can be made the risk management process for future project. From the process and improvement will be captured as part of lesson learned knowledge base. Next is risk register. The project manager and project team produce countermeasure option for each risk that was associated with application. As the application planning continues and more risks are identified, the risks will be analyzed and countermeasure will be determined. The risks for the project will be managed and controlled within the triple constraint: time, scope, and cost. And the major constraint that for identified risk can be related to each time. With the project team, each risk will be looked at on the case by case basis as they arise to determine and make sure the countermeasure is still best option of at the time. So the main task of the project manager in this risk register is keep the information of our risk to and then inform to the stakeholder as they emanate. Then is staffing management plan will be explained by Brian.
Okay, thank you. For the staffing management plan, this is staffing management plan consists the structure from support various internal organization. So this is the staffing management plan. The first one is project manager. This project manager is responsible for our management for the menu project. The project manager is responsible for our planning, creating, or managing all work activities, variances, tracking, reporting, communication, performing evaluation, staffing, and internal coordination with functional managers. And for the senior programmer, the responsible for oversight of all coding and programming tasks for the Menoo project, as well ensuring functionality is compliant with quality standard. So uh, th- they are responsible for working with the project manager to create work package, manage schedule, identify requirement, and create report. And then the senior programmer will be managed by the project manager. And then for the senior designer, they responsible for making the front end design of the project, and also determining how the best features for the user later. Also responsible for the developing front end, which will be used by user, and then responsible for the ease, clarity, and the goodness of the interface in this project. And then all of the senior designer will be managed by the project manager. And for the senior quality specialist, uh, and this is responsible for assisting the project manager in creating quality control or assurance standards. The senior quality specialist is also responsible for maintaining quality control and assurance log throughout the project. All senior quality specialist is managed by project manager. And for the last, the project manager will negotiate with all necessary functional manager in order to identify and assign resource for the Menoo project. So for the resource calendar, this is the resource Menoo project will for the team member, and then this resource program will be see the entire duration of the project throughout the levels, and then also the level of effort will be vary as the project progresses. So as you can see, this uh, resource histogram. So first one is the concept for 29 August to 90 October 2019. So the yellow is project manager is 50 hours. Programmers is the orange. It's 30 hour for the concept, and then designer is 20 hours for the concept, and then 30 hours for the quality specialist. And then for the development is 20 October 2019, and then 95 2020. It's for the first is project manager, only 30 hours, and then the development is programmer is 70 hours, and then the designer is 50 hours, and then the quality specialist is 40 hours. And then for the testing, the project manager is 50, and then the programmer is 52, and the designer is 42, and the designer is 40, and then the quality specialist is 60. And for the implementation or the closure is first is project manager is 60, and then programmer is 40, and then designer is 30, and then quality specialist is 90, is 60. So all of this graph is numbers of hours they spend to finish this project. And after that, can go to the cost baseline. Will be presented by Eko.
Okay, thank you. For this cost baseline, uh, this cost baseline is Menoo project include all budget costs for the successful completion of the project. There are there are five the project paths of the budgeting. For the first is planning. The budget need 20 million of rupiahs. Is budget is include work hours for all project team members for gathering requirements and planning project. Next is design. The budget need 10 million rupiah. That will include work hour for all project team members for work on Menoo, conceptual design and features. And then is development of the project path. Budgeting is needed 7 million 500,000 rupiah. It will be include all the work of hour of code, debugging and other for the Menoo project. And then is the fourth project path of budgeting is testing. The budget is net 2,500,000 rupiahs, and this also include all the work of testing, including the beta testing before the final of the testing of the Menoo project. And then is the last is implementation. Need 3 million. of rupiah, and then is include all work horror for the implementation of Menoo project at the real marketing. Then is quality baseline. For the last is quality baseline. For the Menoo project is must meet the quality standard established in the quality baseline. So the quality baseline is will provide the acceptable quality levels of the Menoo project, and the software must meet or exceed the quality baseline values in order to achieve success. For item, the get item data, the acceptable level is item data from customer can send correctly to the cashier using the database management system. Next, for the data can update automatically when this can accept table level is no error when the data is being increased or decreased. Is also using database management system. Next is online paying system run smoothly. For the acceptable level is paying system with e-money can run smoothly and make the total same as the goods item without many errors. Is also same use database item system, and the adding is using financial system for the paying system. And next is supporting documentation is the acceptable level that will requirement is less than 1% failure rate in a beta testing new users to run setup and execute software for functionally. Okay, I think this is enough. I will give back this occasion to Brian.
Okay, thank you, Eko, for this presentation about the all of this management plan. It's just like that. So we presented our the project management plan for the introduction, project management, project speed, milestones, BBS, schedule baseline, budget, management plan, project scope, and etc. So all of presentation from us. Thank you for your thank you for see this video. So that's all. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.